one ought, every day at least, to hear a little song, read a good poem, see a fine picture, and, if it were possible, to speak a few reasonable words. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. A man should hear a little music, read a little poetry, and see a fine picture every day of his life, in order that worldly cares may not obliterate the sense of the beautiful which God has implanted in the human soul. Daring ideas are like chessmen moved forward. They may be beaten, but they may start a winning game. We do not have to visit a madhouse to find disordered minds. Our planet is the mental institution of the universe. I have possessed that heart, that noble soul, in whose presence I seemed to be more than I really was, because I was all that I could be. You can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. The human race is a monotonous affair. Most people spend the greatest part of their time working in order to live, and what little freedom remains so fills them with fear that they seek out any and every means to be rid of it. To think is easy. To act is hard. But the hardest thing in the world is to act in accordance with your thinking. I have so much in me, and the feeling for her absorbs it all. I have so much, and without her it all comes to nothing. The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers and cities, but to know someone who thinks and feels with us, and who, though distant, is close to us in spirit, this makes the earth for us an inhabited garden. Every day one should at least hear one little song, read one good poem, see one fine painting and, if at all possible, speak a few sensible words. The greatest thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving. The person born with a talent they are meant to use will find their greatest happiness in using it. I am proud of my heart alone. It is the sole source of everything, all our strength, happiness and misery. All the knowledge I possess everyone else can acquire, but my heart is all my own. Sometimes I don't understand how another can love her, is allowed to love her, since I love her so completely myself, so intensely, so fully, grasp nothing, know nothing, have nothing but her. All truly wise thoughts have been thought already thousands of times, but to make them truly ours, we must think them over again honestly, until they take root in our personal experience. This is the true measure of love, when we believe that we alone can love, that no one could ever have loved so before us, and that no one will ever love in the same way after us. Love is an ideal thing, marriage a real thing, a confusion of the real with the ideal never goes unpunished. treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them to become what they are capable of being.